Hey everyone, this is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and it's Saturday, the 24th of July, 2021. And this is the weekly technical analysis for the Euro, the cable, and the Aussie Dollar for the 4th week of July. Let's begin with the Euro. Last week, the ECB did have their meeting, but did not introduce anything new, and it was slightly taken as slightly dovish. So that was Thursday here. So after initial push up higher to hit the 21 fib retracement, it was rejected and fell back below the trend line, longer term trend line from the end of last year. And it has been threatening to dip lower and breaking the trend line. However, it's still close, just sitting right at this 100 fib area, the swing low of a couple weeks ago. So it has been resisting any strong move lower, as opposed to the other major pairs against the US dollar, as the US dollar has been trying to push up higher. So let's move this over here now. The support level is still here. And its next key support level is going to be at this swing low of earlier March of this year, near the 117.00. And the longer term fib, I think I'll go ahead to change that now. And I think I might need to remove this here. And focus on this area that we have. So I think I'll remove this area as well, this level here. And let me add the fib for this section here. For this swing move up from the lows of last year to the high just at the start of this year. That's the high here right at the start of the year at 123.50. Low is low of March last year at 106.36. And this red fib here now is price is moving lower and targeting the 38 fib area. It has fallen from this 21 fib, which is retracement area. So that's also near the 117, is at 116.95. And also this swing move up is also trying to retrace all of it and coming back to the 117.04. In fact, I think we may not even need this. Yeah, we may not need this fib after all. So let's use this medium-term fib here. Okay, so next key support is at the 38 fib retracement and right near the 117. That's the major support zone here. I will remove this area. And now there is a drifting lower below this trend line. So this trend line and as well as the 118 is going to be the resistance zone. Okay. And well above that, that's the 119. That's definitely a strong resistance zone here. I think I can remove this channel as well. And all right. So it's been consolidating pretty much for quite a while in this area from last week's weekly pivot. And it's been holding up above the 117.50. So a lot of consolidation, and this coming week, there is the FOMC decisions. So it's Federal Reserve's turn for their monetary policy decisions, and there's probably unlikely to be any major changes from the previous meeting. So the dollar may have some volatile movements, and we'll see how the euro will react to that as well. So if it does break out higher, then it needs to break out above these areas here and target the 119. Otherwise, it's going to head down towards 117. So yeah, 118 is going to be a key near-term resistance. All right. Let's also take a look at the US dollar index, where it's still moving up in the bullish channel, and it did break out higher, gapped out higher on the Tuesday. A strong gap up higher, and it did hit the upper trend line. And after that, after double top area here, it pulled back to the 21 fib resistance and made a strong bounce back up. So this resistance zone right at the this swing high could be broken, and it could well be support now. So we'll see whether this is going to be a critical break here. Mark this now as support. So let's see if it's able to hold and continue up higher. The target is going to be at this previous swing high at the 93.45. All right, so we'll see what happens on Wednesday when the Federal Reserve meets and announce or make their statement of their decisions. So this swing high is at 92.78. That will be a critical support. Can move this one up now. Okay, let's move on to the cable. And for the euro, this only minor news with some flash estimates on CPI and GDP on the Friday. And for the UK, there's no major news. And for the cable last week, it fell hard, fell through the support at the 200 EMA, and that's where the 50-pip retracement is. And spiked through the 136.00, but managed to recover and bounce back up. Very strong recovery, back up above the 50-pip, and return to test the trend line that it fell from, and was restricted and closed on a spinning top on Friday. So it's managed to recover quite well after this drop, probably around this 50% of this drop here. And if you, let's take a look at the weekly time frame, and that's where it almost reached the weekly 55 EMA that we highlighted last week as well. That was right at the 62-pip retracement. So it's managed to recover quite well. So this week there could be some consolidation here with the just below the 137 and 138 will be the resistance zone here. So we'll see if there's going to be a consolidation for a while. But yeah, the pound sterling has been quite resilient and resistant to and managed to recover quite well. There's no major news, so it's also exposed to the Federal Reserve policy statements next week. And if it does fall lower, the 136 is still, for the moment, the critical support level as well. So do check my trading blog tomorrow on Sunday, where I will also share with you how I took the short position and then a long with the bounce back up on Tuesday and Wednesday of last week. We take a quick look at the 4-hour time frame. So this was the initial move on the Monday, and continuation move on the Tuesday, and then managed to recover on the Wednesday. And follow through on Thursday here. But focus on these two areas, one short and one long. So do check my website and the trading blog section. Okay, let's move on to the Aussie dollar. And the Aussie dollar similarly has also found support after falling on the Monday, finding support at 7300, and this was it also hit the 162 pip extension of this swing move higher, and the reversal and bounce and return back to the 138 pip retrace extension right near the 0.7400. So there's also likelihood of consolidation for this coming week. Only news for next week for Australia is the CPI figure. So in the short term, it's just going to be consolidation, and but it's still looking bearish in the medium term. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame as well. And that's where it found support at the weekly 200 EMA. After hitting the 162 fib extension, bounced back up, closed above the weekly 200. So for the week, it's was in the 00 range, 73 to 74. So this is now going to be the resistance zone. And it's well below the monthly pivot. All right. So next week is the Federal Reserve's turn for their monetary policy decisions, and we'll see whether there's any significant changes and whether the US dollar is going to make any significant move. If not, then all these major pairs may consolidate as well for another week. And we'll see what their reaction is also once the announcement is out. All right, so do check out my other videos on spot gold and dollar yen. and have a good week and a safe week as well. And cheers for now.